Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Travelers. Season 3, Episode 8 is called Archive. Full spoilers for the episode, as always. I'll start off this by saying, I thought I liked New Jeff.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought I liked New Jeff, and now I want the old Jeff back. Because you know what the old Jeff never did? He never got David killed.
No, he didn't. Do you know what really lulled me into a false sense of security?
Uh-huh.
The next episode is called David.
Now, don't get me wrong, the way it cuts at the end, I don't know if he's quite dead yet. The medical attention could maybe still save him.
I think this is it.
Admittedly, that was quite a few gunshots. I'm not saying that it's slightly. I'm just saying that TV bullshit might save us.
It might, but also by TV rules, Marcy and David were far too happy for the first half of this episode.
See, when I got really worried, it was when they said "I love you" to each other. That moment terrified me.
And then Jeff showed up. I'm like, oh, you prick.
Because that moment in TV, when a couple is that happy and they just look into each other's eyes and say "I love you," when it feels as relatively as random as that, it means something really bad is about to happen. And it might not necessarily mean death, but something bad is going to happen. And then Jeff showed up, and I went, oh no, what are you doing? And then I felt really paranoid, because I was like, is Jeff just claiming to be infiltrating the faction, but he's actually a faction, and he's just wanting this woman to lead him to the archive?
I was doing that too.
Yeah. Is the woman who's the archive actually a faction and try to lure Jeff into something? I kept expecting one of them to turn out to be villainous, and Jeff could still turn out to be a bad guy. I mean, it's kind of obviously it's left vague, but then this because we don't see what he's happening during the gunfight outside.
Yeah.
But you see the woman get shot in the chair, and then just bullets and bullets, and I'm just like, after the first one, I went like, oh, one's okay, you can be saved from one. Oh no, that's two, three,
that's
four.
Like 6.
And I'm like, no. Heartbreaking.
Do you know why I was worried? You said, the I love you. It doesn't always mean that something that the one's going to die, but it usually means something's going to happen.
Yeah, something
right?
bad. Yeah.
We haven't really had a major death.
Do you know what's funny? I said I was worried about the last 2 episodes because they were called Philip and Trevor, and it was the one called David I should have been terrified about.
Well, yeah, but not even that one. It's the one between them.
Sure, but I mean, it's obviously setting up. Which is why I think there's a chance the episode's going to be about trying to save him, because it's called David. Now,
see, the thing is, it can be about trying to save him, or it can be about
a eulogy for him. Yeah.
It
can be. But I'm holding out hope for the next 24 hours until we watch the next one.
I am. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready to be hopeful, because then I'll have to just be crushed in a day's time.
Hope, damn it, hope.
No. I'm resigned. He's dead. I'm mourning now.
No, I'm not ready to mourn.
The grieving starts, and the thing is, if I grieve now and then he's alive, great. I get to be so ecstatic.
The only positive potential outcome of him truly being dead is Marcy going full vigilante revenge.
That would be great. Not worth it.
Oh, not worth it. Sure. But if he is dead, the one positive I've got to cling to is that we're going to have her going through a faction team John Wick style at some point.
Yeah.
Because I was like, Jeff was showing himself to be quite cute. See that gunfight he has with the 4 guys, and he takes all 4 of them out. It's very tactical. He's using the pillars to use the fact. I thought that was quite a well done little sequence. I was like, oh, he's quite tactical. I like this.
And then he just waits on his own outside the archive.
Yeah, suspicious. And he shows up to David. It just shows up to David. Baffling. I mean, yeah, we have to talk about the fact that they're wanting the archive. One of the things, obviously, we talk about is how they get information from future for the info that survived in the future. They get access to that, but they're also actually intentionally setting up ways to have more information.
Yeah. Did we know all this about this archive? I don't remember.
I don't think we did.
No, that's fine. I didn't remember it, but I wasn't sure if I just blanked on it for whatever reason.
Maybe we both blanked on it, but I didn't remember this specifically. But it makes sense that now with people in the past, they're actually making a point of stockpiling information for the future. The fact that it's nanobots inside blood, I mean, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
go for it.
I will say, I had an internal meta chuckle when Jeff showed up to the archive. It's like, it's the nanites, and I was just like, damn it, Ray.
Courtesy of Ray Palmer.
Yeah, just I couldn't help myself.
I like the idea that the faction is trying to blind the director. Like they're actually trying to
smart.
take away. Yeah, I mean that's really smart. Yeah. Because I was thinking, because when they first introduced Jeff at the start of this, well, I mean, he's with Carly for a little bit, and they're kind of bonding, and it's awkward for her because she's kind of liking him, but it's like it's the face of Jeff.
It's Jeff, yeah.
But we see him with the other guy, and he has to end up beating up and shooting the other guy, and I was thinking, wait, that was where the question first popped out in my head. I was like, is it his mission to infiltrate, or has he actually joined the faction? Is he actually turning that side? Because him killing the other guy last episode, or 2 episodes ago now, that plays either way. Either he's killing him because he doesn't want the faction to know he's a traveller for infiltration reasons, or he doesn't want him to know because he wants to be accepted.
Yeah,
Either
works.
It plays, so...
and we still don't know.
And we still don't know, yeah, because it's left very... You don't even see who shoots David. You just see gunshots.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking. The entire time I was building, I was feeling sick. See when they were like in the car and they arrived at the building, I was feeling sick the entire. I was like,
do you know what made it worse as well? They were being so flippant about things around him. You know, mention, oh, this is how we get information to the future from the past, and he's just there, and I'm like, oh, this is not good.
Oh,
he knows too much. I mean, I figured he was going to learn eventually, but when you get a dump like this in a crisis situation, it's not good.
Also, I just had a thought. Are we going to use the black box on David next episode and have his like long goodbye with Marcy in his head?
Shit.
Like, remember that moment we had with Hall where it was the tree at the end? Is it just Marcy's face on the screen as he's dying?
God damn it!
It's going to break my damn heart. What are you doing to me? Stop it! Stop it! I'm dead. Stop kicking. So, obviously, we're talking about the main plot.
I suppose we should.
Which, this is the thing, it's overshadowed because of David's, apparent death.
It's a really good plot.
But it is a really good plot because at the start of the episode, we have this whole opening with this guy, and he's burning these clothes.
Dark as shit. I'm like, what's going on here? Because the music's creepy.
And it's clearly a serial killer of some sort. It's got that feel to it. He's burning the possessions, the belongings. And then the timer comes on when he's in the car, and I thought, oh shit. Because even before it gets to what the rest of the episode is going to be, I was like, they don't know he's a serial killer. They're beaming someone into this person, and he was never caught. So they don't know he's a serial killer. And I thought, it actually went differently than what I thought it was going to. Just based on this one scene in my head, as I was like going, oh, this is a fun idea. Like, I was just thinking about it. I thought he was going to have to then, like, cover his tracks and like try and hide from like the FBI and the police.
That could have been cool.
Because it's like he doesn't actually remember doing anything, but he still has to hide it, otherwise he can't do his mission. I thought they were going to go down that path. Instead, he immediately gets arrested because he vomits up an eyeball. So naturally, people are suspicious of this character.
Understandably so.
And the fun part for me is, obviously Yates says to Mac, hey, come on, we've got a serial killer, and she gives him the details. We're going to go in and question him. And they sit down, and when he says his name's Agent McLaren, like, the guy's eyes just light up. He's like, McLaren? And then I'm just waiting, because they keep piling on all the evidence. Oh, you killed this woman, you did this, you did that, look at her face, you ate her remains, blah, blah, blah. Right? I was just waiting for him to burst out, I'm Traveller,
Yeah,
whatever.
he gets her out of the room first, asking some water.
I didn't think he was going to do that. Because obviously we know that they can speak in front of her, but he doesn't know that necessarily.
Which is interesting to me, because obviously they know, the director's protocol is, no, FBI are on board with us.
True. That's true. I suppose it depends. Like how much does he tell him everything? Like, is there some stuff that he deems classified from the agents? I don't know.
Yeah.
But he gets her out of the room and he's like, I'm Traveller, blah blah blah. I'm here for this mission, and Mac's just like, oh shit, this is bad.
Yeah.
And then he tells Yates, and Yates is like, no, you're not having him, because even she's like, oh shit, no, don't pull this on me. No, we've caught a serial killer. You're not doing this to me. This is a serial killer. We're putting him away, damn it.
I don't blame her.
And he's like, no, this is a mission that only he can do. Because she even says, so the director will send another team, another Traveller. And he's like, no, this is something specific. It has to be him. And I went, oh, this is interesting. Well, obviously it's his skill set.
What is he trained in so specifically that even just training someone again can't be done.
And of course there's one random scene early on with these two scientists in a university, and they're talking about getting a Nobel Prize, right? And it's very on its own. It's just kind of like setting it up.
Yeah.
And it's later on, so the team break him out when he's because Yates says no.
I'll be honest, I'd probably cut that earlier scene. with the two scientists.
Fair.
Not because it's fine. I just not sure how much it adds overall. Like, if we just cut to them oh no, these people who have done this, we're gonna go and speak to them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Joe, I think it accomplishes. I think it accomplishes that from there. I mean, you would assume that obviously they don't intend this to be a disaster, right? They're excited about this. It gives you this genuine human kind of. They're happy and excited because they think they're making a positive breakthrough, and you see their happiness about it.
Yeah, I get that.
So I think it's more about the twist of no. We have to convince them this is a terrible idea because it's very Miles Dyson Terminator 2, right? Like you're going to end up causing the apocalypse.
Yeah, I get it.
It's very much that. So they take him to the scientist, one of them at least, and so Yates and our team come to the headquarters, the Travelers, right, their base, and he's like, hey, look, we'll just tell you, right? Stop pointing your guns, we'll tell you. And he just explains it. They explain what's going to happen, that there's this new energy source that explodes essentially in Europe, and like, what was it, 1.5 billion or something like that?
It was something stupid, yeah.
It was in the billions. It was like half of Europe dies like within an hour or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, what were the numbers? Because if it was like nuclear reaction's like 0.7% efficient, this was like 29%. Yeah, so
well, do you know what I thought was even more impressive about that is I think that sounds impressive, but they also pointed out the sun is 7%. So the fact that this is like 4 times more powerful the sun. You're like, shit.
Yeah, can you imagine that as a bomb?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's it's huge. Talking about gamma radiation and how so that's how people died in the first day, but then the radiation got however many more. It's like, no, we have to stop this, and this person who's been sent back is the only one, or at least one of the few in the future, who actually know the science enough to prove to the scientists just now that they can't do this, to convince them. Because that's the thing, is Yates gets a little bit annoyed at first because he says, oh, this is going to be patented in 11 months. It's just going up for approval today. But I get the point here is that as soon as they show this to anyone, people are going to try and copy it. They're going to try and duplicate it. Yeah. They have to convince them before they make it public knowledge.
No, I get it, absolutely. Yeah. She's like, 11 months, what are you worrying about?
You got 11 months to solve this problem. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
It's like, no, this can't go out there and be used. This has to be stopped. So this was all great. This is what we love about Travelers. It's right at the start of the episode where it's like, oh, it's getting into the body of a serial killer, but they didn't know he was a serial killer, so now the Traveler has to deal with that. In fact, one of the little lines of dialogue that I really liked was when he's in the car on the way and he says, can either of you tell me about prison? I didn't research that. And I thought, oh man, that's so sad. He doesn't even know what he's going to. He's just accepting that he has to do it.
But Protocol 5, so...
Yeah. And it was a really sweet scene when they take him to the diner so he can try some food that he's never had before.
The hot dog / not dog.
The not dog, yes. And he's got a milkshake and he's a happy chappy. He's very, very pleased with life for one.
Yes, and then he gets grueled.
And do you know what I like? I like that he did seem genuinely very kind. Like, he seems like a really nice old man, like the entire time we see him. Once he's been travelled into... So that is what we love about travel. It's the inventiveness of the ideas, and then it just crushes us with the other side of everything.
Those bastards.
I know. So that was like soul destroying. A little bit with Philip. I did laugh quite a bit when he wakes up. Yeah. Carly wakes up next to him, and I sort of went, I bet this is just a vision of a possible timeline.
But this was the most real that one of these visions has been.
Yeah, it was longer. It felt like it was a while.
There was no, because a lot of these the visions, they have a little effect on the screen that we can tell it's a vision. Yeah,
and that was shown again because when you start seeing multiple Trevors, none of them have an effect. When you've seen 3 of them in front of him, they all just look perfect.
Yeah, it's the longer he's going without this drug, the worse it's getting.
I don't want that to get to Trevor's head though. That he's 3 of them are all perfect. It was just a commentary on the lack of an effect.
Yeah, sure.
He's a lovely fellow, don't get me wrong. Lovely fellow.
Yeah.
But it's funny because Carl at the end of that scene, before she fades away, says, oh, I'm glad we went for that coffee. And then at the end of the episode, as they're leaving the university, he's like, hey, do you want to get a coffee? And I'm like, oh, he liked that possibility. He's like, that timeline's one I could get into.
Yeah.
I'm down for this
just
one.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, and then shit hits the fan. And do you know what I love about it? Because obviously he gets a vision. We know he's been getting visions, so we know not to trust it, right? He sees...
This is the thing. At the moment, it's not that I can't trust it. It's that it might not be trustworthy.
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
possibility that anything he sees is still real.
But we know enough to know that if something extreme happens like this, it's probably just a scare. It's probably just not real.
At least question it. Yeah.
So he sees a nuke go off down the street. Essentially, I mean, it's further away than that, but that's what it looks like. And because at first it's just a blinding light, and I went, "Is this a nuke?" And then a few seconds later,
I was like, "Is this the archive going off potentially?"
Oh yeah. But then you see the mushroom cloud. It confirms this is a nuke. This is what's happening. And then Carly snaps him out of it, and you think, okay, it's fine, it's fine. And that'd still be an exciting ending, because it's like, oh, we've got a nuke to stop. This is going to happen.
Like, what happened in that timeline?
Yeah. And then Carly immediately says, a nuke just went off in London. And you're like, what? Cut to credits.
Yeah. God damn, this is a great episode.
They're throwing shit at us this episode, and I'm
hate them.
I'm trying to dodge it. I'm trying to dodge it the best I can.
You're trying, but then you've just got David's blood all over you.
Yeah. David made me slip and my face landed on a nuclear bomb. That's basically what happened in this episode, you bastards.
Yeah.
Which obviously is exciting just from an action plot point of view. We have a nuke that's just went off. We have nukes to potentially stop from happening.
Yeah. We know those others potentially aimed over here, because we just saw, first vision.
Yeah, presumably the one in London went off instead of the one in...
Yeah, they chose to go for London first.
Yeah, and here's my question. Is it just London? Is that the only one they know about so far?
I mean, I imagine you'd hear about a nuke pretty quickly.
Oh, I'm just thinking, if this is the first... imagine a crisis has just happened, right? The first news alert comes in, there's a nuke went off in London, and then like a minute later, one's now went off in Australia or whatever.
Yeah, could do. Like I said, I'm assuming they chose to do London first rather than instead.
Sure, okay.
So I feel that there's still a nuke for our team to find over here.
Okay, all right. Does this have anything to do with the archive and the fact that this... Because there's an implication, we don't know for sure, but the archivist... Yes.
Archivist, yeah.
It's occurred to me I don't usually have much use for that word. But anyway, so she speculates that kind of like how the historians all get nabbed at once, that maybe all of them got nabbed around the planet, right?
All of them? Who's them, Pete?
The archivists. Look, I was avoiding saying it for a reason, all right?
I know, but you brought it up now, so can have fun with it.
But yeah, so is it possible that like the nuke that went off was that like was that the faction like nuking that? I mean, obviously you don't need just a nuke for that. I mean, a regular bomb would have done the building, but like, was this like a statement? Because they also want a killing, right? We know about that too.
Yeah.
2 birds, 1 stone. Pretty big stone,
right?
Yeah. What?
Might as well.
Might as well. Like I say, it's a pretty big stone for 2 birds.
But... Yeah, but I mean, you say 2 birds, it's probably like 1 million birds.
Well, I mean, London's a lot more than 1 million people in London.
Well, yeah, sure, but I'm just,
Yeah.
How many does one nuke kill? I don't know. Immediately, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if one nuke's big enough for the whole of London, but I mean, if you hit the centre of London, I have to think you're hitting at least a few million.
Yeah. Unless you do it on a day that's like dead.
Bad choice of words.
Well, what I mean is,
this is a pretty dead day. Let's be honest here. It's a pretty dead day in London.
It is, but what I mean is, if you, time of year and all, if you do it on like Christmas Day, no one's in the centre of London.
Joe, what's so interesting about this is we've been playing with the fact, okay, we know when these things are going to happen. We're all here to avoid them. They mentioned the asteroid again. And I love that the faction are basically creating new things in real time that they don't know about. It adds a whole new twist. It almost makes it like some of these missions will end up feeling like a normal TV show, in the sense that, just like an all TV show, we can only predict things. We can't actually know things about the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, even the idea of this power source from these scientists is a byproduct of them stopping the asteroid. This didn't exist before because these scientists died.
There you go. Yeah. Are these nukes the same, or are these nukes specifically faction related?
Yeah, it's hard to say for definitively that this is the faction, right?
Yeah.
We assume so because it's that's how TV shows work usually.
There are big bads, so it makes sense.
But it doesn't have to be.
See when Dawn brought Jeff into the room where she was tied up, were you like going, is that Victor? Is that Victor? Which one's Victor?
Is she Victor?
She could be Victor now.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm keeping an eye out. There's nothing to indicate so far.
I agree, Dawn is the key.
For God's sake.
That was, of course, a reference to the hit television show Buffy the Vampire Slayer, for anyone who's not keeping up. So easy. That was a great episode.
Yeah.
This was the playing with the ideas about coming from the future. The idea that they didn't know this guy was a serial killer. That was just inventive. It was fun to watch, and just the tug of war of like, well, we have to do this, but we have to break the rules to do it. And Yates sort of having to learn to understand, and then just the shock in Yates' face when they just, hey, this is what's going to happen if this doesn't happen. This is how many people die. And
then on top of all that, it's just emotionally crushing.
Yeah. It really is emotionally crushing. See when it cuts back to Marcy just sitting there in the kitchen, just kind of looking around.
Yeah.
And there's that towel with blood on it in the sink. I'm pointing that out because I feel like Marcy's going to find
She'll notice and be like, what the hell happened here?
And she has tagged him. She can find him.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to say it definitely lends credence to that he can be saved. But if there is the fact that she can track him and she is a medic gives me a glimmer.
If anyone can do it, it's her.
A shiver of hope. Slither. That's what I meant to say. Slither of hope. I said shiver. Why did I say shiver?
I don't know. I was literally just I was like, wait, did you say?
I said it so confidently that I never questioned it until like 3 seconds later and went, wait, did I just say shiver of hope?
Slither. It was so confident. It took me a few seconds. Yeah. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, honestly, 90% of bullshit and people just sounding confident. That's all it is.
No. Sounding confident and quickly moving on to the next thing. True. They don't have time to think about it.
I wasn't trying to bullshit though. I'm just saying that lends credence to the fact that bullshitting, just sound confident and you can just breeze past it.
Yeah, just get through it and don't give them time to think about it.
It's that old joke, heads I win, tails you lose, and then just flip immediately. Yeah, give them time to think about it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Jeez. Anyway, yeah, this was really good. I'm excited about the ramifications of the bomb, but of course, next episode is all about David.
Yeah.
David is more important than the nuclear bomb. I'm saying it right now.
Screw London.
Yeah. Well, London's had a good run. It's fine.
Yeah.
David needs to be saved.
Definitely.
Joe, I loved actually see when she leaves earlier on when they say I love you, because she was just about to initiate sex and they're just starting to get close and they're getting flirty. After she leaves and he's on his own, he just kind of like looks down and kind of shivers and is like, what do I do now?
Yeah, it's like, what just happened?
To Pornhub. But yeah, so Travelers stays on top, at least as of yet. We'll see how episode 9 does. We'll have that review up the day after tomorrow. Keep this schedule consistent, so look forward to that. But otherwise, that's it. So let us know what you thought of the episode in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Get us on the Twitters at mailed_fuzz for channel updates. If you want to support the channel and everything we do here, you can head over to patreon.com/mailfuzztv and you can do that over there. But otherwise, that is us. So thank you once again for watching or listening. We always appreciate it. Keep watching TV, guys. Have you got any vanilla?